Hey guys, welcome back to another Mount Rushmore NFL mock draft. And today we're going to be doing a full mock draft on, you guessed it, the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning champs. And I know if you guys are Kansas City fans, you are happy that the weekend is here because they are playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday. I'm going to do a sixth rounder because they don't have any picks in the seventh round, but they have a lot of picks in the middle, so it's not going to be totally empty. So let's start. Let me start by saying that their team right now is the dream team. They have a great offense, their defense is strong, but one position I think they've really struggled at so far is linebacker. I mean, Darian O'Daniel, he didn't play. Damian Wilson, he had some injuries. So I'm going to make them draft a linebacker here. And that linebacker is going to be Dylan Moses of Alabama. He had 196 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 2 interceptions in 4 years with Alabama. So he can cover, he's big, he's fast, he's strong, he's a physical linebacker. And I think he could play an integral part to the Kansas City defense. And Dylan Moses is what they need. They need a linebacker of his caliber. They can groom him, and he could be worthy of being a starting NFL linebacker. Next, round 2, pick 64. I'm gonna pick a linebacker again because, like I said, they've had a few issues at that spot, and so for the second round, I'm gonna pick Jabril Cox, LSU. I know he didn't have a huge impact in the Senior Bowl, but if you look at his stat over his time at LSU, he had 58 tackles, 1 sack, and you guys aren't going to believe this, but 9 interceptions. And that's amazing for a linebacker. And he has great hands. He's good at man coverage. He can blitz. Like Dylan Moses, he's strong, he's fast. And those two could pair up really well together. They could be the dream pair for rookie linebackers. And they could make their defense really good. I mean, it's already great, but they could make it way better. Next, round 3, pick 95. I have them picking a wide receiver. And y'all might be thinking, they already have so many wide receivers. Why would they need a wide receiver right now? But there's nothing wrong with adding an extra wide receiver. There's really nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to have them pick Sage Surratt, Wake Forest. He had 107 receptions, 1,582 yards, and 15 touchdowns in 2 years with Wake Forest. He opted out of this season because of COVID. And he was a really great weapon for Jamie Newman. And Patrick Mahomes is already dangerous, but Sage Surratt could be the tip of the knife for him. So I'm going to draft him. And their offense could already be way better than it already is. And that is a scary thought for opposing defenses. In fact, their offense is why it's going to be such a great Super Bowl. A great offense versus a great defense. Anyway, next pick, round 4, pick 136. I'm going to have them pick a cornerback here. I know it's not a position of need, but their defense could use another cornerback, and Bryce Thompson out of Tennessee is that guy for them. He had 102 tackles, 2 sacks, 8 interceptions, and a touchdown, a pick 6, in 3 years with Tennessee. And he was really good for Tennessee. I mean, on paper, his stats are already impressive, but if you actually watched him, you know how good of a player he is. And he deserves to play with Kansas City. A player of that caliber definitely deserves to play with a team like Kansas City. Next, round 5, pick 175. It's coming up pretty soon, right after the Bucks there. And we have round 5, pick 176. I told you guys there were a lot of picks in the middle. So this pick, I'm going to use it on a tight end. And I know they have Travis Kelce, but I think Luke Farrell here would be really good for them. And he would pair up amazingly with Travis Kelce. He was a security blanket for Justin Fields this year. And overall, his stats, they're decent. 34 receptions, 380 yards, 4 touchdowns in 4 years with Ohio State. But I think if he's given that elevated role as the second tight end, he can improve, he can be groomed, and he could be that he could become an NFL tight end. Next, round 5, pick 176, the pick right after. I'm gonna have them take an offensive tackle here, because Eric Fisher, the current offensive tackle, he was battling a few injuries, and that is never good. And I'm going to have them pick Jordan Reed here from Michigan State. He's pretty big. He's 6'5", 315 pounds. He spent 4 years with Michigan, and he could definitely protect Patrick Mahomes if Eric Fisher or another offensive tackle goes down with an injury. And they do really need to bolster their offensive line. Next, round 5, pick 180. I'm having them take an edge rusher here. I think they might need an edge rusher. And that edge rusher is gonna be Sam Williams, Ole Miss. He had 77 tackles, 10 sacks, and an interception in 2 years with Ole Miss. He opted out this season, and he's just a really good pass rusher. He puts pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and if the time for opposing quarterbacks to throw normally is 2 to 3 seconds, he makes it 1 to 2 seconds. And the Kansas City pass rush is already amazing, but Sam Williams could make it better. So I'm going to draft him out of Ole Miss. And the next pick isn't too far off. It's the 6th round, which we're in right now, pick 211, it's right after the Bills. And this is our last pick. And I'm going to make a really surprising move here by taking a quarterback. And don't get mad at me. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes should be replaced. I'm saying if Patrick Mahomes goes down with an injury like he did last year or this year in the divisional round, they need a solid backup. And I think Felipe Franks from Arkansas would really fit in as the backup. He had 6,700 passing yards, 61.6% completion rate, 55 touchdowns in 4 years with Arkansas. And he has a pretty strong arm. He could learn from Patrick Mahomes. And that would be a huge honor for any quarterback. And if Felipe Franks gets this, in a way, special treatment, then he could improve his game and he could be a solid number 2 quarterback. So I'm going to draft him, not because I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be replaced, but he might need an injury replacement if he gets hurt. So let's recap. Pick 32, Dylan Moses, linebacker, Alabama. Pick 64, Jabril Cox, linebacker, LSU. Pick 95, Sage Surratt, wide receiver, Wake Forest. Pick 136, Bryce Thompson, cornerback, Tennessee. Pick 175, Luke Farrell, tight end, Ohio State. Pick 176, the pick right after the last one, Jordan Reed, offensive tackle, Michigan State. Pick 180, Sam Williams, edge, Ole Miss. And finally, pick 211, Felipe Franks, quarterback, Arkansas. Thanks for watching. Leave any comments you have in the comment section. And if you want me to do a specific team, just type that team in the comment section and I will consider it. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice weekend, guys. Watch the Super Bowl. Have a nice time watching it. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.